Is another version of this wrap skirt, so you can still leave it open just as you can see right here and tie it the way you are seeing it tied on the video. You can also decide to follow the method I'm going to teach you right now for the wrap skirt. So whichever way, the measurement is the same, so stay tuned to Welcome back to Simrite Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make these trendy wrap skirts, which can be styled in different forms, as you can see. So it's very convenient and beautiful. You can use it to wear your boba. You can also use it for your cow top neckline. So whatever you want, you can just go ahead and do with it. So here I'm styling it in another way, so you can decide to go with the methods you have on the videos right there. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, I will encourage you to stay till the end of this tutorial to learn more. So right now, this is my fabric I'm making use of. Actually, the right fabric is silk fabric, but here I'm using a rayon fabric. So any fabric that is light is good to go for this project. So the rayon fabric I have here, the length is 60 inches. The length is 60 inches, normal length. But then, how to determine the yardage you are going to use? You'll be using your hip circumference. So my hip circumference is 46. That is what I'm measuring now at 46. Then I'm going to add 18 inches to it. So whatever your hip circumference is, please add 18 inches to it for the wrap skirt. Okay, so right now, the measurement of your hip circumference plus 18 inches, after that is done, I'm going to put the length together. The length is actually at 60 inches, like I said before. Normally, many fabric comes at 60 inches length. So if you are making use of silk, duchess, it's going to be at 60 inches length. So I'm going to fold this fabric right now into two, as you can see right here. So after you have folded it, fold it again, and then take the measurement of your belt. So I'm arranging it properly so I'll be able to take the measurement of my belt. I'm going to make two belts right here at 5 inches length. So I'll just cut out 10 inches at once. So I will just go ahead from the top of the fabric. I'm going to take away 10 inches from the 60 inches length. So here you can see me cutting out the 10 inches from the 60 inches length. So once I cut out the 10 inches, I'll be left with 50 inches length, okay, for the wrap skirt. So I'll also divide the 10 inches I cut out right now. I'm going to cut it out again. Okay, so that is my skirt. I'm setting it aside to cut out another 5 inches. Just divide it into two to have your both belts. So that is what I'm doing right now. So I will just cut it, divide the 10 inches I have into 5 inches for each belt. So the length of each belt is going to be 42 inches. So I'm going to sew this, as you can see me fold it. When I place it on fold, I will have 2.5. So that is what I'm demonstrating. So I'm taking the length of the belt now at 42 inches. Of course, I'm not going to consume the whole fabric I cut out. So I will just take the length I want at 42. So I've taken the length I want. So for the other belt, I will place this other one on top of it, so I will get their length to be equal. So here the length is equal. So I'm cutting out the belt right now. So I will go over to the machine to sew the belt, and I'm going to place it on fold, stitch at that line, and then so I will advise you secure with your pin first. So I'm going to stitch on the chalk line I'm marking right now. So once I'm done stitching that part, I'm going to stitch the length of 42 inches belt to the end. So I'm going to stitch like that to the end, then leaving this other end open, as you can see, so I'll be able to turn the belt. So now I'm done with the two belts, and I left one part open to turn the belt. So from the part I closed, I'm going to turn it with my scissors, my loop turner, or my screwdriver, or whatever thing that can turn it for you. So I will do the same for the other. So the belt is ready right now. I've prepared my belt. Then we are going over to the fabric once again. So I will pick up the fabric on the hip circumference plus 8 inches part. I'm going to stitch the open end right now for the slit. So for the slit, I'm going to measure 15 inches from the top. I'm measuring 15 inches. So from that 15 inches, I'll leave 15 inches open. Then I'm going to stitch 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. That is what I'm marking right there. I'll stitch 1 inch to the end of the skirt. Okay, so but if you want to leave a slit open, just leave 5 inches slit, just for styling purpose, or if you just feel like opening that part. But for me, I'm going to stitch to the end of it. So here you can see I have stitched, and this is my slit. I have it open and I've stitched to the end right now. So the next thing I'll do is to fold in the slit part 5 inches like that. You can see how I'm folding it. It's just a normal folding. So I've done that, and I stitch from the beginning and turn over to the other part again, to the other part. Okay, so after stitching it, the next I'm going to do is to start folding the part that we are going to insert our belt. So the folding on top of the skirt is going to be 2.5 inches. So the 2.5 inches right now, I'm taking the measurement right now. So I'm going to fold in 0.5 and top stitch on top of it. So but before I do that, I'll bring in my belt as you are seeing right there. I'll simply insert my belt this way and pin it together. So make sure you pin it together in a way you can stitch right on top of the pin. So I'm going to gradually pin everything. I'll gradually fold in and pin, as you can see. So I'll keep folding, and pinning and folding, as you can see. So at the other end, I'll also insert the belt. I'll measure 2.5. Make sure they are equal. Then I'm going to open up that part and insert the open end of the belt. Okay, the open end of the belt. Then secure with your pin as well. So I will take my time now to pin in a way I can stitch on top of the pin while I'm top stitching the upper part of this skirt. So I'm pinning, as you can see. So make sure you pin everything before you sew, because this fabric can actually wobble. It's actually a light fabric, so you need to secure with your pin so that it will be stable for you to stitch while you stitch on your machine. So right now I'm done stitching. I'm done pinning. So I'm going over to the machine right now and I'm going to stitch. So as you can see here, I'm done with my stitches. So the next I will do is to top stitch on that part. So I've top stitched on that part. I've top stitched on top of that part right now, as you can see. So the whole dress is ready right now. So this is actually a very simple dress. The next thing is to hem the down part of it the way you know how. So start from the part you have your stitches, your joining, and start folding like that and top stitch around it. So you can see it's a very simple wrap dress and very beautiful and gorgeous. So I believe this class was helpful to you. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, Turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section.